So anyhow, though, this party for this stream is a true neutral party. If you watch what we're doing here, okay, some of our acts are lawful, some of our acts are chaotic, some of our acts are good, some of our acts could be considered evil. None of them are outright evil the way they are in Baldur's Gate, but they could be considered evil. And you might think to yourself, my lord, she's just all over the place. No, it's a true neutral party. Okay, which means we are trying to keep a balance of forces. That's what true neutral is about. OT. Oh, and if y'all want to get some entertainment, go over to my YouTube channel. One of my videos blew up. I'm a small channel, and the last time I looked, that thing had over 1,700 views, and it had at its height, it had 14 down thumbs. And people came back and took their thumbs down things away to where last time I looked there were only 9. It was really weird. So so y'all are free to write in the chat if you want to. I got the reader on so I don't get too focused here. Or you can just lurk. It's completely up to you. And we're going to play. Go. What we did was we pissed off that one house in Defiance Bay. Accidentally, because we didn't want to turn that one gal in. She wasn't guilty, so we didn't want to turn her in, right? And get her in trouble. So, where was that one? This one. No, that's a different one too. But anyhow, if you were with me from our last stream, you'll know which one I'm talking about. We looked the other way and even lied for her, saying that she'd gone the other way, and the guy didn't really believe us, unfortunately. So he attacked us, we had to kill him, and we lost reputation. In fact, I'm trying to think if we don't have... I thought that somewhere they would list what our reputation is with the various factions. Apparently they don't, but we lost reputation with them, and that's going to be a pain in the rumpus at the end of the day. What else do we have to do here? We have a lot of stuff here. Fragments of a scattered faith. We did this, but we have to get in the good graces of one of the elder members of the town to be able to go further with this one. This one is just something that unravels as we go. Time and Tide. That one we'll have to grab Akana again before we go down into the Endless Paths, so we make sure to have him with us. The Master Below, very similar issue. The Long Hunt is our gal who's with us. Rogue Knight, we wanted to talk to the Cypher, and we couldn't until we get in good with that one elder gal. We have to do something for her. And now I've forgotten what we were supposed to do for her. Oh, she was the reason we came to the Dire Ford, was looking for this farmhouse because they stole something. That farmer, honey, we talked about you coming at 5:30.
I know, ich habe mit Domi das jetzt durchgegangen, alles gut.
Okay, so everything's fine?
Ja, ich habe ein paar Fragen an ihn, aber die werde ich morgen stellen.
Okay, that'd be great.
Ja.
I'm definitely here for your questions, okay?
Nee, ich werde ihn, den Typen.
Ah, so.
Ich habe ein paar Fragen.
Okay, the other thing, just a moment please. The other thing that you should think about is, he's telling you can't get paid by Frankfurt am Main standards,
Doch,
but Frankfurt... Okay, because Frankfurt am Main ist wesentlich teurer zum Leben. Lebensmittelsachen zu kaufen, Strom zu bezahlen, das alles kostet mehr Geld.
Ja, ich will das mit ihm alles durchgehen.
Ja, und es ist nicht, dass du viel mehr Geld brauchst, aber es ist nur, dass man dran denkt, ich meine, deine Wohnung bezahlst du noch hier, das ist schon klar, die bezahlen deine Wohnung für dich. Ich weiß nicht, ob sie deinen Strom bezahlen, weil das sehr
Das
oft...
will ich alles fragen.
Ja, das muss man klären. Und sonst, naja, das Lebensmittel, wahrscheinlich ist das nicht in der Welt. Aber das musst du selber wissen. Du bist eine erwachsene Frau. Love you. Okay, sorry. That's my youngest daughter. She's also a streamer, by the way. Okay, the pig thinks that the ogre took his stuff. We know that he didn't because we've played this before. Dream and memory, a strange woman, a grieving mother, blah, blah, blah. We sent her to the keep. And this gal who disappeared in the Dire Ford. So what's confusing me is they said west of this, they said west of here. We've been here, we've been here. I think that something is definitely wrong there. Did we try going in the other direction? Okay. If, by the way, if you are a foreigner and you have a hard time with my accent, please tell me. Okay, I will see if I can. Sometimes when I get reading, my accent gets real thick, especially in this game, where the people are it's actually not a really, very nice game, because they talk about the people from the Direwood. They have them built up like Southerners, and then they call them Hicks and all sorts of, and they have Southern accents, or in the case of Adair, it's more like Missouri, that borderline Southern Midwest accent, you know. But anyhow, though, I have talked too much. Well, there's at least a new place. Let's go. Bye-bye. By the way, the reason I keep saying that, that's Russian, and it means, let's go. I live a half an hour from the Czech Republic, which is a related language, but not exactly the same. So we had a couple different things that we needed to take care of over here. We fought those down in our keep, didn't we? Ah, that's one of the mobile ones. Ah, I thought we already killed that one. Ah. This is set on normal mode. It's just, for some reason, it's not that hard. And I don't have this modded. Modding this is a nightmare. I was going to mod it for you. It was an absolute nightmare. By the way, out of those over 1,700 views and 22 likes on that video, and the 14 that turned into 9, I got 1 follower. No, I've known the bulk of my life that I am not to everyone's taste, and I don't take that to be a bad thing, because people are just kind of stingy with their likes and their follows nowadays sometimes. And if you're a pro-me, then they aren't. I had one video where I was up against they call it a Leinwand in German. I was in Karlovy Vary, Carlsbad, for the film festival, and they have this, the backdrop that you can stand up against, and I had like little pictures made of me and stuff, and I put it into a little video, and a whole bunch of people came on. I think I had like 32 likes or something, and I had 13 new followers. And then the next day, all those followers and likes were gone, because apparently they thought I was somebody and I wasn't trying to pretend to be. It was just fun, you know? I was just having fun. So this is obviously an area we're going to be able to tackle. Oh, those. I'm still, by the way, totally traumatized by those druids. So when I took my one albino who needed to go to the vet today, they wanted to keep her overnight and put her under, not put her down, but put her under anesthesia to look at her teeth. And I said no, because they would want to keep her in a very small travel-sized box the whole rest of today, and this was morning, and then for the surgery tomorrow, and then for a fair part of the day. I said no. She's blind. She would have no idea what's going on, why she's never been locked in a small cage in her life. None of my rabbits have. I own those old carrying cases. I bought them to bring them from the west over here to the east. They're way back in the back of the cellar somewhere. I never use them. When we go to the vet, I keep them on my lap. People find it to be amusing, but I treat my rabbits with respect. those two attack the same one, they generally get a bonus. Girl, now get up here and fight. Tastes like chicken. Gonna have das wollte ich auch sagen. That's what I was gonna say as well. Okay, he's been knocked prone. So as you see, this is an easy area. We're not having to pull out all the stops by any stretch of the imagination. You all saw what that looks like when we were fighting those feral druids. What it looks like when you're pulling out all the stops, really micromanaging the battle.
Nice and quiet. Ready, Watcher.
I thought that was Alof.
Hey.
Shh, don't tell him that. Oh my. Okay, so. And of course, we stream again tomorrow morning and again tomorrow evening. Our evil party in Baldur's Gate tomorrow morning. And this one tomorrow evening. Then at the weekend, I stream every day actually. And it'll be sort of anybody's guess. Today I created in The Sims 4 a farmer. It's a he. He's real pretty. Name's Aiden. I named him after my great-grandfather on the one side and then gave him the last name of my great-grandmother on the other side. And when I say on the one side, I mean Daddy's mama's father, and then gave the last name of Daddy's mother. I am eternally grateful to have such family to draw upon for names. And then I have a chick who's a rancher. She's got a bunch of horses and a mini sheep and a mini goat. She's got 3 horses, so a bunch is exaggerated, but he, on the other hand, is got a llama. I'm going to get him a mini sheep as soon as I can, and he's going to be shearing them, using their wool to create handarbeit, so handicraft products, and sell those. That's my concept. As I've written in my YouTube channel, I am a gamer, so yeah, I am freaky enough that I have a concept for these when I create a character. And in Sims 4, I have hackers. I had an actress before I lost everyone. I will recreate her too. She was, her name was Fatima Khan. And yeah, so that's me. I've always got a concept. Something I want to reach with them. I like making gals in the islands who are children of the ocean and stuff, you know. One of them studied biology. I have to recreate them as well. What's a Yip Yip doing with a bunch of beetles? Practicing his skills, one presumes. I'm in sort of a chatty mood tonight, which is unusual. And then y'all will notice, y'all all who are in my streams regularly, and there are some of you here. And by the way, just because Twitch says there's only one of you, if you click on the little menu on your mobile phone, you'll see how many are actually sitting in there. They're just lurking. We're not the best gamers in the world, but we're not the dumbest neither, so we're going to save. You stand within what looks to be a ruined shrine. The moss-covered remnant of an ancient statue lies before you. Let's examine the statue. Only the broken legs and feet of the sculpture remain. Long grooves alongside it suggest that it could be moved. Near the base of the statue, you discover a skull carved into the stone. Let's examine the skull first. I'm a huge proponent of looking before we leap. A skull is carved into the stone in intricate relief, its mouth agape. Clearly, peering closely, you notice a rusty keyhole between the jaws. For those of you who never played this as a pen and paper game, this is the kind of thing that your DM, your dungeon master, would have read out to you. You have to picture it in your mind. So let's pick the lock. Okay, after several attempts, you realize the rusted lock is beyond the skill of both you and your companions. Let's push the statue. The pedestal appears to be several hundred pounds of solid stone. You consider who would be best to push it. Ada. Ada pushes the statue, arms shaking and feet scrabbling for leverage, but it does not budge. Let's leave it. There may be a key that's necessary, and I'm very hesitant to just start hacking away at the thing. Also not really my style. Barrel spell. Also, by the way, an aside, my character is a follower of Baroff. He is the ultimate god of neutrality, of neutral. Hi, my name is that great girl. He's the ultimate god of neutrality. Sometimes I sound like I don't have a second brain cell to rub against the first one. He's the god of, you could say, death, but he's the god of the wheel. She stops, looking around her. By the way, with that video on YouTube, you guys really should check it out because it is nothing. It's nothing. It's not even funny. It's nothing. And I have some really hilarious videos posted. Why people chose to fixate on that one, I did not understand. More carnage. This looks like the place that she described. There's a worm. You take care of my one monitor here that's threatening to shut off. Oh. And there are Glanfathens. And there are worms. We might want to go talk to the Pipples first. What y'all think? A man turns to face you, wiping blood from his estoc. Is that how you say that word? His knit brows betray a moment of confusion.
1 viewers, +1. Alarm clock 20 minutes and 58 seconds.
But as he watches you, a slow, confident smile creeps over his face. The Iron Brand does not meet many travelers this far from the road. What would they be doing out here? You almost expect him to say, he asked expectantly. An elven man cocks his head at the other, probably after the dragon egg, same as us, boss. A dwarf curses and spits into the grass. It's a rhetorical question. Rhetorical question, you dim-wit. He tightens his grip on his sword. Everybody knows the roads between the villages are crawling with brigands. They're obviously bandits, same as us. Why would you want a dragon egg? To sell it, of course. If I want to eat it, I would have grabbed some pigs from that farm in Direfort, too. What do you know about them pigs? That's not one of my choices, however. What do you know about the dragon eggs, then, I guess? They are round and large, and they come from dragons and drakes. What else is there to know? Plenty, which is why you shouldn't go disturbing their nest. I appreciate your warning. So, let's make a deal. You walk away, and I'll pay you the egg's value. The bandits look at one another. The elf opens his mouth to speak, but the others are quick to silence him. Their leader flashes that confident grin again. An egg in good condition can easily fetch 400 pans from the right buyer, but since we were here first, we'd have to add a finder's fee to the account for our time and effort. Here, take 800 and get out of here. I am nothing if not a man of business. I can only hope we have dealings again one day. Until then, farewell. Problem solved. And I'm posting that too in my YouTube so people see I don't go around killing everybody. I just find it to be hilarious when I do, when I'm streaming an evil party especially. Okay, so nonviolent solution. Should have gotten actually XPs for that. We did not. That is bogus. How many of you are there? I have a bad feeling there's going to be a lot more. We've bitten off more than what we can chew. And when I say that, I mean it. I mean it with my entire heart. The way that they're just standing there says they probably have ranged weapons, breath weapons or something, rather than just, you know. Ooh, tea. They do, don't they? Oh, this one's almost dead. It's chittering. It's chittering. Well, like a bat, right? I guess that makes sense. I'm buying that. These are... When we get into the cave, however, that was when things got really nasty. That much I remember, the nastiness of the cave. Oh yeah, we can't do anything. Oh. Sorry, darling. By the way, Adair is my sweetheart. Adair. So... Oh. I think this would be like a really bad place, though. I didn't know that they could get tired. Did I really push him that far? I'm a bad person. If we're fitting to sleep anyhow, you know what I mean? I do want her to do her second wind, however. Good timed. That was good timing. I did get my earbuds working finally. I don't know why, for some reason, my Bluetooth was was bound with them, but wasn't connecting them automatically anymore, whereas it had been previously. So, problem solved. And here we go. Okay, darling, let's get you some sleep.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sneak up on you. Just, well, you seemed preoccupied.
You just begin to stretch and soothe the aches from your body when you feel Elof over your shoulder. He looks away quickly when you notice him kneading his hands into squirming fists? What's on your mind?
Suppose I've just noticed you acting a little, unusual.
You just met me. How do you know what he met me.
Flashback to a previous life? I just want to make sure you're doing all right.
He met me after I became a watcher. So what is usual, you know? How mental can you get? Are these symptoms sounding familiar?
No need to,
No, I don't. We just met.
assume that our affliction's different. Isuna asserts herself now and then, but that's nothing new. You, on the other hand, seem to be getting worse. I should let you rest.
It's like when people look at you and go, "Oh, you look nice today." "Oh, I look like shit yesterday," right? Oh, we missed one. The world's going to come to an end, doesn't it? We already rested. So, that's cool. Let's go egg hunting. And it's not even Easter yet. Oh, yeah. Oh, there's a nice little plant. Let's take that with us. Sorry. This is allergy season for me. I have a mold allergy and the leaves are starting to rot and turn to the humus layer. Oh, they're just lurking. Like y'all do sometimes. They're just lurking. Oh! Oops. Where the hell is he going off to? Seriously? Ow. Oh, infestation of maggots. Oh, how disgusting. Ew. Corrode, corrode. Oh my goodness, where is the one that she was picking on? Her, wasn't it? Just a second, I think I have new followers in Instagram. I get all these little numbers in Instagram following me who think that if they post pictures of themselves going, and with their boobs showing, and then say they're a graphic designer, but all their shit looks the same, that somehow we're going to give them commissions. Sorry. I don't think I've missed any. And the first thing I always do is restrict their accounts so they can't write to me, bugging me. Are you saying we haven't killed one single thing yet? Oh, I think we need to get the mud out of there. No.
Markson, welcome to my channel.
Hi, Mark. Glad you made it for this evening's stream. Oh, we accidentally fried the pooch. That's what I'm talking about. Now let's kill some of these things here. You get your second wind if you can. Guess we'll go ahead and get them all three to do that, won't we? Sickened. They're sick and tired of this. They're sick and tired of this shit. So, come on. Hope you can do it. His is always gone. Maybe it's because of the form he's in? I didn't know. I'm certainly uncertain. Jump on her and stomp her head. Oh, I'm sorry, that's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, isn't it? Okay, I still can't do that with him. He's stuck. Druid's down. Man down. Man down. Think we was in the pubs in Scotland, wouldn't you? Oh, not here. Yeah. So, that's him. What do you mean he's stuck? Ah, screw it. We're gonna have to rest anyhow. Oh, shit. Kill it quicker. And I mean that with all my heart. Or in common tongue, that translates to whoa. Hooligans. Now we can build that log cabin we've been dreaming about all these years. Also, I only have Durance selected for some reason. Ooh, T. You suck. We go through camping supplies like nobody's business, don't we? My fuel's all gone. Excuse me. Okay, this is our opportunity. Let us hope. 100 copper pieces? Yeah, I think I got that covered. Warden of the Wilds was killed. Fuck. The Vanguard soldier was killed. Oh, we can hire new ones. Oh, well, then that's okay. Oops. Oh, we can hire new ones. Let's do that. The Bailey gives us prestige. The tower gives us prestige and security. The south curtain wall, however, will give us security, as will the west curtain wall. Let's go over the west curtain wall. We're just swimming in. I've never had this much money in this game, I don't guess. And we haven't even sold everything. Ooh. Do you think the ogre could be... Do you think that I understood west and they said east, or that they said west and it should have been east? What y'all think? I think as how that could be. Do we have everyone? Where's the doggy? Doggy! It looked like there were only 6 of us instead of 12. I'm always saying it looks like there's 12 of us. Ooh, tea. And by the way, for those of you who come and hang out with me in my streams, thank you. For all my followers, I want to thank you too. I think it's just wonderful. I am so grateful for all of you. I am. You know, much like a bad wife, I don't tell you that often enough. Ooh, tea. So we do have to sleep. Again, we can warm our hands by the fire. Anyone bring marshmallows? No? Oh. I used to roast marshmallows by the fire when I was a kid. Oh, that thing might just be filled with spiders, right? For some reason, our gal is just sitting there staring at the rest of them. Y'all go on ahead. You're doing a great job. Y'all go on ahead. Yeah, you. You know, that kind of thing. Would we have to climb down? Can't go over it. Can't go around it. Can't go through it. Have to go under it. I didn't see. Maybe we need to be up here and we can lower ourselves. Or maybe that's where we come out at. And this gruesome place is the actual entrance. There's something to contemplate. Yep, that's what it looks like. That is why. Weshalb, wieso, warum we cannot find our way up top. Okay, I'm going to have to turn this heater down just a wee bit. First of all, my electric bill. Second of all, I'm spoiling myself. Winter's coming. We need to suck it up and get used to it. Farmers. Oh, so this is the ogre's lair. We were looking to the west. Why didn't y'all say something? And I will come out as soon as I see the ogre. It's the spiders. Wow! Did you see that little fucker? Things got kinky. They're all chained up. Just don't want them to get those nasty insects. Oh, Veterans Recovery. Wunderbar, darling, einfach fabelhaft. I guess the insects have done their damage and they have abated.
How may I help?
That thing is never active. I haven't been paying attention, but I did not see.
Not getting through me.
They look remotely, so vaguely like pears. By the way, is the audio even working? I haven't even noticed. I assumed. Yeah, it is. Okay. By the way, when you assume you make an ass out of yourself, it has nothing to do with me. I actually said that to a boss in my second to last job. He said, when you assume you make an ass out of you and me, I was like, no, if I assume I make an ass out of me, and if you assume you make an ass out of you, it has nothing to do with me. It's just a cute little saying they came out with on The Odd Couple. Probably was before that was the first time I saw it, was as a child. And it's actually an asinine saying. It makes no sense. Your assumption is your own. Fucking exterminators here. Oh, bugger me. So if you have arachnophobia, don't play this game. I do not happen to suffer with that. From it. Under it. Ever how you want to look at it. I am grateful for that. What happened? That doggone doggy, it's a good thing this isn't D&D rules where you're, well, he's a companion, anyhow, not a familiar. Because in the rules, if your familiar dies, you lose a constitution point too. But like I said, that's a companion, not a familiar, so. Ugh. Uckers schmuckers. So I would send out my wizard eye right about now, but this game doesn't have one.
I'm on the trail.
Woody. These boots bear the rising sun of Aethos, and they were first worn by a foot soldier in the Saint Widewin's army. The daughter of poor Varless farmers, she was sickly and frail all her life. Yet such was her devotion to Aethys that, when the her Red Saron army marched on the Darwood, she set off to join them against her family's warnings, traveling all the way to the White March on her own. When she finally arrived at the army's camp, it is said that St. Widewin himself came out to greet the young woman, blessing her for her courage and endurance. Her boots were branded with the emblem of his army, and she continued across the mountains with the troops. She disappeared, however, after the detonation of the Godhammer. Historians and folklorists disagree on whether she died in the explosion, remained in the Darwood, or met another fate on her way back to Red Saras. I can't say some of these words. But her boots somehow remain behind. Aethys faithful often maintained that she ascended with the god himself at the end of the war, leaving only the shoes that had served her so faithfully. Yes, by all means, let's grant her sainthood for losing her shoes. That seems like a sound thing to do. So we get +5 max endurance and +2 athletics. Endurance 96. Yep, he's the most sickly out of everyone, and he's the one who needs the athletics as well, so we'll give it to him. I usually give all my best stuff to Adair, but I feel that Aloth would profit better from it in this case.
Kind of stuff. Parathis! You're not getting through me.
I am so hard-headed sometimes. That fireball does not seem to have done very much, does it? I got a little treat for y'all. Y'all just come on up here. We really do need to take better care of the wizard. No, you're. Go back to the village and sleep this time rather than using more of our supplies, and we can get more supplies and sell some of the junk we're carrying. I say junk cautiously. We haven't really sold a lot. You know what I like about this one? You don't have to put all the stuff back on them when they. I mean, I've never had a character die permanently, and I don't know what to do about that. To be frank about it, thick webs ripple in the cavern breeze. Mummified remains are tangled within them. I don't know if you can do anything about it, but at least you don't have to put all their clothes back on. So we need to. Yes, of course. Go back to town.
Hey.
Severe wound, yep. He's going to have to rest in the inn. In a bed. Some chicken noodle soup. You know what I used to give my kids when they were young was tomato soup with grilled cheese sandwiches. It's what I got. I would dip the grilled cheese sandwich in the tomato soup because I had strep throat constantly as a child. And that's what my mom always made for me. Damned Yankee that she was. So, then she was thrilled when they discovered that chicken noodle soup does actually have
How's the hand?
healing properties.
Perfect. I have to cut it off.
I warned you not to pet him.
If I'm not supposed to pet him, why is he so soft?
Oh, how can you argue with that? Here's the inn. Let's go sleep. Oh, you know, when I play an evil party, it's easy for people to think that I'm mean. But if you see me with my bunny rabbits, then you know that I'm actually a big, soft-hearted person. I love animals, and I guess that's part of the reason that I really like Adair. Adair. Did we talk to her? Oh, maybe. As I said, I love to read these when I'm on my own, but we don't want to spend the whole stream doing that. Let's see what rooms you have. Make sure you close the window if you're on the side facing Trigill's shop. Yes, sir. Might, Constitution, and Intellect. Well, you have the gold for it. Pick up some more supplies since we're so dope. Actually, I say I'm so dope because it's not your fault. Well, I came out and I thought at first it was a crowd gathered to lynch me. That is a really weird assumption, isn't it? Let's go to the armory. Just to keep an eye on our investment. Oh. For some reason it looks to me like there ought to be a door on that side. I was having a Baldur's Gate 2 flash, thinking I had to pull things out of the stash in order to sell them. I'm looking for a woman named, Alis. Well, that lord's got you asking around too, eh? He grunts. At least you asked politely enough. Bad enough having a small army move into town, but then they start throwing their weight around and telling you your business. See, I knew there was a reason why these people were not cooperating with those strong arms. You just got to be friendly and ask nicely. He shakes his head and clucks. That's the problem with these lords. They think their money and their family name entitle them to some kind of special treatment. They expect everyone to fawn all over them the way their servants do. No, sir. That's not the kind of people we are, not into Direwood. We broke away from a deer to get away from that kind of nonsense. If they think... Okay, let's pick number 1. Winfrith, focus. I'm looking for the girl. Of course. I was just getting to her. He clears his throat. I haven't seen her. Not since she went missing, anyway. She mostly kept to herself. He shrugs and wipes at a buckler again. Let me turn that sucker down a little bit more. It's got nice and warm in here, really. Either that or I've warmed myself up jumping to conclusions. But you know how women are. Always a-carrying on, full of palaver. Once any two of you get together... perfectly harmless, mind you. I'm not criticizing. Just feels like you never run out of things to say. That girl seemed rather quiet, downright shy, if I do say so. But even Hendina got her a-talking. Just goes to show you. Hendina, the gal who sells the potions. An alchemist, runs a small stand near the center of town. She took ill after she got there, didn't she? She said she felt ill before. Talented lady, but she had a run-in with some worms not long ago. She's lucky it wasn't that ogre that's been roaming about. It took all of Rembald's pigs the other day. Did you hear that? Did you hear? But don't get him started. He's still sore about the subject. And once you get him wound up about that ogre and the pigs, he just won't stop talking. Reminds me of someone else. So what's been going on here in Direford? Oh, we're a quiet little town. Not much happens here, especially not since the legacy hit. People realized they couldn't have babies, just stopped trying altogether. We already asked him this. Why was it lit up again? And that takes a lot of excitement out of the day-to-day, if you can believe it. I know 100% we asked him that before. Now, do you think we could do some business here? Show me what you've got for sale. For pity's sake. He's talking about the women folk rambling on. Told y'all I get real focused sometimes. I apologize. We hadn't actually disarmed any traps for a while, have we? Well, we don't give nothing at all for the spirits. You'd hope we'd be able to give them out. At least in the next one, you can give them to your pirate crew. I mean, your crew members. Okay, so. Crutch Keeper. They sound real cool, but they don't really do the kind of things that they used to. You know, in Baldur's Gate, you'd get some really good effects from things. And here it's just, as you see, it's yaw, and it does that much pierce damage and damage against prone, stunned, and flanked. And you know, the accuracy, it's the same old stuff all over the place. Very rare that you get something really, really interesting. Although you do get things that are different, a little bit better than what you got. Mosquito. Intriguing. Sadly, I don't think we have anyone who is using a rapier actively. Okay, let's see what he's got. He's got his leather armor, but it's just shit. just call it what it is. It's just shit. This is a DR, same DR. This recovers better. This gives extra athletics. This gives Deleterus alacrity of motion once per rest, which sounds like you can move real fast, don't it? Oh, well spotted. And damage reduction. So I think we should buy this for Alof. We've got the cash, right? Boots of Zealous Command. No, we don't have paladins. Chanter, we don't have Chanter at the moment either. Pry bars, what do we have in the way of? Grappling hooks, pry bars. We've got 2 grappling hooks and we've got no pry bars. Let's take one for good measure. You never know when you're going to need one, do you? That looks like something I done sold to him. Last time we came through here. I'm racking up a collection of worm wings as well, aren't I? Oh. Bugger me. I guess we'll have to get our supplies from her. He doesn't seem to have any. Oh, don't he look pretty? So, let's go back to the inn real quick, see if we can get some more supplies. What y'all don't have to do anymore is deal with all sorts of stuff. In the game Outward, he added in the flint and you can craft torches and various tents that you need rations for long distance travel. That game Outward is really, I can only recommend it to you. So, okay, food and drink, I reckon. Yep, camping supplies too. Thank you very much. We could actually, we have money. Everything else is way too rich for my blood. We want to start getting food on these people. She's already got some chicken. Oh, and they come in stacks of 6. That's interesting. So let's leave this. Well, I guess we could give this to someone else, couldn't we? The leftovers, since we don't really have enough for everyone. Okay, there we have that. So that is sometimes in the game. Maintenance is called for. Now let's go talk to that gal that the blacksmith said had befriended the little number who ran away. And like so many games, they're all just standing around. Wrong side. Let me get myself some iced tea real quick. I do actually drink something other than cappuccino. Mountain Dew. But, being a good southerner, I make my own iced tea, and it looks like someone has done already almost cleaned it out. Creeps. So I have to let the jug cool down, or warm up actually, and then tomorrow I can make 2 new jugs of iced tea. And let's talk to her. Anything else I can do for you? I've got some handy ointments if you're braving the roads anytime soon. Actually, I'm looking for a missing noblewoman. Oh, that lord's daughter. She was a new shade of green when I seen her the other morning, chatting with Trigil. Must have known that. She was just outside his shop. He points at the crumbling tower. Are you talking about morning sickness? Was she pregnant? Aye, and worked into a state about it, she was. That girl was so sick she didn't even notice Trigil's stink. I offered her some herbs, too. Take care of the problem. Oh, to, take care of the problem. Thought it might save her some trouble with her old man, but she wouldn't have it. Thanks for the information. There ain't any point in belaboring the assessment of her condition. We just go find her and assess her condition ourselves. So I wonder if she's being held ransom. Okay, so asked him what can he tell me about the girl, and he says only that her father's men have been banging down doors and stirring up a trouble looking for her. I never met her myself. Hindana says you two have met. Did she now? And what else did she say? That Alice was pregnant. Really? Well, that would explain a lot. Her father's dragged her out here to get hitched to some backwoods noble, and she wanted to escape all right, and I was happy to give it to her. Well, it seems to me like she'd have had a father for her child. He wouldn't have known the difference if she just barely noticed it herself. We snuck across the river a few nights ago for some private time. Come to find out, we weren't exactly alone. An ogre taller than Winfield's tails sprung out of the forest, and we were so lost in the heat of the moment we didn't notice until it was upon us. So he was making out with her? It grabbed Alice and disappeared into the night before I could even pull my britches up. Oh, Lord have mercy. So, well, why didn't you... Oh, no. So, number 3, I can see why you've kept this to yourself. We're not really passionate. We're not passionate. We're not deceptive, as a rule. There are certain things we are and certain things we are not. I'm not proud. I'm not proud of it, but that's what happened. They've missing a word there. He measures you with his gaze. She could still be alive. I'm in no shape to go after her, but that Harund looks like he'd have coppers to spare for anyone who found her. He scratches his cheek with fingers stained red and yellow. Others around here have seen the ogre east of town. Oh, they did say east. My brain went west. Took most of Rumbald's pigs just the other day. If someone were to find it, there'd be a lot of grateful people in Direford. Wunderbar, darling, I'm fabelhaft. Okay. All roads lead back to the ogre at the moment. Well, we know where we need to be. And we're going to have to be a little bit more careful around all them spiders. But we seem to be reaching the edge or end of the cave. There didn't seem to be a lot more to explore, she said naively. Or is it optimistically? Or is it both? Optimism is often naive, so I suppose we can just take both. And then hey, hoo da hee, ha da ha da ha, and we're off. Oh, and I was up running around today too. Vet, physiotherapy. Then we went for a long walk after that, and then we dropped the car off at the mechanic and walked home. It was another 2 kilometers. It was all told about 6 kilometers today, which isn't the world. It's about 4 miles. We were in Paris. Oh my gosh, we did an average of, I think it was the average of 15 kilometers a day. There were a couple days we did 19 kilometers, 2 days in a row. I thought I would never walk again. There were several days that it hurt to squat to sit down. My feet hated me. They stopped talking to me. You know, they scream at you and then they stop talking to you. It's quite sad. Now this is where it goes out the other side, where I was looking for a way to get in. Oh. Oh, the skull key. Yes, please. I want to take a look at all this stuff. So this is some initiate into a cult of Skeen. This oddly shaped hood is worn by the novice worshippers of Skeen, crudely fashioned from coarse material. Its modest construction befitting the followers of this quiet slave. Yeah, to each his own. We all have our thing that we like here. Those who plot the destruction of their superiors while keeping an impassive face will whisper a prayer to Skeen. Okay, so we don't really need to read that whole thing. So what this says, the note is blood-stained and torn, and the edges are smudged with some kind of pigment. From the scrapes that are legible, you can make out hastily written instructions. To avoid the entrance in the tower, traffic through my shop would attract thee and some attention. Darford may be sympathetic to our goals, but they wouldn't approve of a temple. Yet, key to the entrance by the river east of town, but be careful on the road. Reports of, and these days, and T. Well, we know who T is, don't we? That rotten, bloody bastard. So we better take those back out because we may actually have need of them. Is what it sounds like to me. Probably better keep this on Alof just in case. Probably don't want to go around selling his personal possessions. And now, Quatch, Sagamul. The plot thickens. Oh, bloody hell. Pardon me. Well, you didn't have to get that close. For pity's sake, she's coming right to you. I can't always tell who I'm looking at. Okay, so that's the dog. Oh, I see. The dog's busy with that one. Pillar of Faith is generally for one critter.
Be on the seat.
Sometimes the better part of valor is retreat. Run away, run away. We are a Monty Python generation, are we not? At least I hope we are.
All right then.
With some wicked ass spells we pulled out there. 2 pearls. Got some nice stuff going there, darlings. We really do. Several of my buddies going online now. But they play very different games from me. So this is the thing. My buddies who are also gamers, or my acquaintances, or however you want to call them, I don't see them as being competition because we do stream very different things from each other by and large. Even the one other person who's streaming Baldur's Gate 2 streams the enhanced edition and is playing a good party.
I'll take a look.
So, still very different. The sad thing is these bone piles look like the sort of mess I leave whenever I camp in one place for too long. I should probably eat more vegetables. That's bound to be the druid. Okay, now, this bear isn't hurting anybody. Do you reckon there's any way we can sort of skinny around it here? I don't see any point in killing the bear. Skulls and bones from an assortment of kith and beasts litter the cavern. They've been crushed, scored, gnawed, and punctured by something with fangs as thick as an Almawa's finger. One of them big folk. I mean, I know that the 15 of us would kill the bear. But do I need to? I don't want to have to kill the bears. Oh, good. The ogre smelled us. We forgot to bathe. Korgrak. As you advance into the darkness, the ground begins to tremble. You hear plodding footfalls, growling breaths, and bone-snapping crunches. An ogre steps out of the shadows, 10 feet tall and bulging with muscles. He tears a mouthful of a hooved, pink-fleshed limb and tosses it aside. Was it pig, by the way? He watches you from under the thick ridge of his brows. Too well equipped to be a villager, a bandit from the road, then must be. The ogre snorts and tightens his grip around a club. I've kept to myself, killed no one but the fools reckless enough to chase me down here. Why have you come looking for me? I hate to say this, you hate to blame the ogre every time someone goes missing. But we're going to choose number 1. I'm looking for a young elven noble. Oh, there was the elven thing. No noble woman. She's gone missing. Korgrak's snarl reveals a row of large stained teeth. I've done my best to avoid kith, especially the kind that give rise to search parties. He scratches his knuckles and eyes you. She never came here, of that I'm sure. Oh, we have just that fucking Tanner's word for it. Then I shall look elsewhere. First, I would like to ask you something more. A farmer from the Direford claims you ate his pigs. Then I should have eaten the blazing farmer. I underestimated the love these villagers have for their swine. He did eat the pigs. Okay, calm down. Perhaps you can tell me something else. What? You've been minding your own business. How'd all these bones get here? Spiders got most of them. The rest blundered in here looking for trouble. Hey, what are you doing in this cave? Which is a rude question because it's really none of my feckin' business. Hiding from your kind. He scratches his tusk, glaring at you. Kith driven from their homes by strange storms. Bandits out for blood and coin. My kind are unsafe around kith at the best of times, but now tempers run hot and ogre blood is valued among your alchemists. Ooh, that's a good point. Well, the Direwood is big. Is there a better place for you to hide out? You think I haven't looked? I've wandered the wood from, here to there and there to here. A spider-filled cave is the best hiding spot I've found yet. Rational one, okay? He clutches his club with both hands and draws it closer. And you seem sensible enough to understand that now that you've found me here, I can't let you leave. What the hell? You don't need to stay in this miserable cave. I'm sure a big, strong ogre like you would have no problem out in the wood. Or this place isn't safe. Even if you kill me, it's only a matter of time before someone else finds you, number 4. He grits his teeth and glares at you, his eyes hard and narrow. I think I recruited him for my stronghold the last time I played this. Narrow with rage. Korgrak takes several heaving breaths, seemingly ready to charge at any second. Finally, he drops his club. That's what I was afraid of, he sighs, blasting you with his fetid breath. Time to move on, then. Yeah, see, I have a stronghold in Cadnois. Help me defend it, and you can stay as long as you like. Win-win situation. Everybody wins. So, yeah, I was playing Odyssey. Sell my services for the shelter of a fortress. Sounds like another kind of trouble, but perhaps one I can handle. He's awful intelligent for an ogre, isn't he? Well spoken. He begins, and very logical, he begins shuffling back into the shadows. If you need me, you know where to find me. I'll leave Direford alone for now. Okay? And we just won ourselves a powerful ally. Those assholes will think twice about attacking us now. That was passionate. I said I wasn't going to get passionate here. So now we've found the key to that temple. We probably ought to go and confront that damn Tanner. I imagine they've kidnapped that poor girl, and they's fixing to do something. You know, as Minsk would say, the sorcerer is probably leering evilly over her even this moment, or something like that, is what he says when Irenicus, when Johnny Boy makes off with Emowyn, and Minsk is in your party because you have not allowed the Dryads to take him. First time I played an evil party, I couldn't bring myself to turn down the Dryads. I did a really bad job. And when I saw what happened there, when we did it and we were playing truly evil characters, it was so freaking hilarious. So after the ogre, or after ogre, as I just cut it off. I forgot to use my asthma inhaler this morning. I'm a bad girl. Okay. Courier, which is just another word for a tanner. Okay, I found the ogre's lair, but there was no sign of Aelus. He sighs and hefts his axe. I was hoping it wouldn't come to this. Well, now, I don't have a problem with it. We made short work of him, didn't we?
Of course.
He's got some fine weapons there. I'm sorry, I just can't resist sometimes.
I'll have it in no time.
3 lockpicks we're going to have to pay out of 9.
The work of a moment.
Unless, of course, we go to the tower first, in which case we would probably find the final journal of Jonas. That's not what we would find. We'll probably find the elven noblewoman with them leering evilly over her. My son, tomorrow I become the effigy. Tomorrow I become Skane's embodiment on Eora. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip. For months, we met by secret conclave to plot our landlord's demise, and all the while working the fields as if our hearts were content. Skene teaches us to plot with the mind while keeping our faces impassive, inscrutable. Fair fights are for those with armies. The quiet slave is our whetstone, our focus. In his worship, our cause finds focus, clarity, and possibility. Tomorrow, my master chokes on his own whip. By the time you read this, I will be dead. I pray Skene does not abandon me for speaking of my plotting, but a son deserves to know how his father died. For I have volunteered to be the effigy. Skene will inhabit my body, using this old farmer's simple flesh as a puppet of godly rage. I have been shaved and anointed tomorrow morning. I'm sorry, I just had really hideous visions of someone trying to shave his. And I will be your father in name only, as my manhood will be removed. So they're not going to go around the contours. They're just going to go straight through, apparently. My nose and ears removed. Ooh. My useless mortal eyes will be replaced with flint stones through which Skene might see the world. This is why these things are marked for mature audiences. By the way, some of the descriptions are rather lurid, as you see. My son, I am sorry for the lies I have told you these past few seasons, but Skene demands secrecy. Even your mother knows nothing of my furtive service to the quiet slave. Curse my name if you must, but never weep for me, for I die for the betterment of our community. To smite our Lord's corruption from the face of Eora, tomorrow my master chokes on his own whip. For tomorrow I become the effigy. It's almost like a poem, isn't it? Interesting. So. I have a feeling if we go down here, we're going to end up in the tower. In fact, I'm almost positive. The thick hide stretched thin upon the rack looks like it came from a Stelgar. The curing and waterproofing agents slathered over it give it a heavy odor. Shit. We could have saved ourselves the lockpicks.
Hey.
Well, speaking of Grape Fanta the other day, because I was thinking about my memo, and how she used to keep Grape Fanta cooled in the refrigerator, and so I do too. It reminds me of my childhood and the time we spent it with our grandparents.
Of course.
Now, I'm pretty sure this is going to get pretty ugly. Probably not going to get all the way through this tower tonight, but we'll see. It is, by the way, I say night, it's evening, actually, in Germany. It's not truly night.
You're not getting through me.
Doggy, you're a day late and $1 short. This stained and rumpled bedroll appears to have been used recently. A crude symbol has been painted on this canvas in streaks of something that looks like blood. By the by, if you watch my daughter's stream, you'll see a lot of the same characteristics, and you'll see she laughs a lot too. She doesn't rant as much as I do, though, but she speaks German. She streams in German, not in English. She speaks English too. She comes and she speaks German to me, but she speaks English too. She's fixing to get a job, and that's part of the reason how come her to be able to get the job. Her English skills.
The work of a moment.
Her daddy was a West German. Oh, bugger me. So we'll have to remember that that's there because we can't never carry more than 4 because this is normal difficulty. If we had it on easier difficulty, we could carry 8. Maybe there's one where you can carry even more. I don't know. The stoned beetle.
That's not very hard. Leave it to
Dude,
me.
what have you been smoking? Little bastard. Who's this? Hit him with that. You. Hit him with that. We don't want him killing our wizard. You. Do this. You. Do that. Listen to me. Do this. Do that. I'm so rude. Hooda hooda ho. Hada hada ha. Wida 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 wida. Hooda hooda ha. Ooh. On with it. Come on, darling. Get it going. Get the one that's going after the wizard. Come on. Next. I mean, sometimes just taking him out of the way is enough. As you see, this is not a challenging battle. Obviously, if we spent all our spells and whatnots and who's mahoozits and daganamana, then we could finish it off a lot quicker. Sometimes my brain doesn't work in any language.
Nice and quiet.
I know it's been too long since I've been to these parts of the game for me to remember them. You all saw how far we got last time before my computer crashed. Now we had to redo our progress, but we're all caught up now. Well, now I reckon we can only come in from the other side. That's awful strange. Seriously?
Hi.
Hey?
Hey.
Yeah, no, I think his condition is multiple personality disorder, which is not the same as ours. But we don't want to be rude about it. Doesn't need to be. See, if them people that are all head up over my one YouTube video would watch my other videos, then they wouldn't think that all I'm doing is going around posting. I don't post purely evil stuff. I post stuff that I think is funny. Things that I was amused at. And usually it has to do with me going, problem solved. Problem solved. I'm a problem solver. I do that a lot. Problem solved. I think I can handle 3 of them, she said optimistically. Oh, he's all head up too. Look at him. I think he might be too. Well, bugger me. I've lost track of who I'm supposed to be attacking. I'm going to assume he knows who he's supposed to be attacking. It is rather difficult when you cannot see who you're attacking, isn't it? Now they're both head up. Oh. Looks like he's attacking two people at once, doesn't it? Nice. Brought that one to his knees, didn't we? Okay, we did have to pull out some stops there. Ah, she said optimistically, as if the battle were over with. Whereas in point of fact, it almost is. Oh, wow. That barbaric blow. Okay. It's not that kind of adult content. That was really powerful, wasn't it? Oh, that's true. We probably could have come in with the robes on, couldn't we? Oh, hold it.
I'm on the trail.
We could be trapped.
How may I help?
How long did I stand there staring at that fucking chest?
How may I help?
That was bogus. That was completely fucking bogus. Seriously. That was Baldur's Gate 2 time frame staring at the fucking chest right in front of it, looking for traps. Seriously, people? Okay. I done got myself all head up. Go bash some heads and I'll feel better. An excess of spleen. Feckin' thing. Not the people is killing me as much as the traps that just sit there, stare at the damn thing. More fanatics, one presumes? Shall we give it a try? We did just save after all. She can't put a hood on. So. Except they're already hostile. Well, that didn't help us. And I doubt very seriously we can change his armor now. See? Das ist gang und gäbe. Das ist gang und gäbe. That is normal. This is normal. Gang und gäbe means you can assume because this is
All right then.
the way it usually is. Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Anyhow, you look really bizarre in those robes. Might as well put a Speedo on. Because we know it's in that room. Let's go peeky-poo ahead here. Still thought I could get into the water on the other side last time. Is my lipstick on straight? The crude symbol has been painted on this canvas in streaks of something that looks like blood. Blood, blood, blood.
Yes? You should see this.
Oh, bloody time that thing worked.
Hey. Hmm?
Oh?
That was lucky.
Oh? Hmm?
That was quite lucky. That thing just shot right past her. Movement speed. Blah. Blah, blah, blah. Where do I find our movement speed? Would someone like to tell me how my health is 999? That's a legitimate number? That is apparently a legitimate number. Looked like some sort of a bug, didn't it? Okay, this is our reputation, by the way. We're clever, we're stoic, we can be aggressive, rational, and honest. Every once in a while we're diplomatic or benevolent, but we are very rarely deceptive and very rarely, we're never cruel. So anyone see our movement? That's party stats. There are certain things that I just don't find in this game, and I think that sucks. So let's put it on the druid then. Jets and grins, because I don't have any intelligent reason to put it on anyone else.
Hey. I'll see what I can find.
Ah, wrong key. Sorry, I was going for the tab.
Of course.
Bloody hell. You know what? No matter how you slice this, we're going to be fighting a buttload of these jerk-offs. And we don't even know how many, because we don't know what's down in this room. He's about to sound the alarm. Wow, did you see that? It's not me, he's healing extremely fast, isn't he? I didn't see if he was, like, quaffing a potion or something, or... All I saw was he was healing very fast.
Sharp eyes and keen ears.
Sort of scouting around at the moment, by the way, in case people are scratching their head wondering what in the bloody hell. Every room I choose has 4 people in it. I think we better start picking them off because I think when we get to the end of this, it's going to get ugly. But I need to go ahead and end the stream tonight. I need to get to bed on time tonight so that I can not be so tired tomorrow. So let's go back up here, okay? So let's peek in here real quick. We haven't, well, it's a temple guard, but if he's alone, then that's okay, right? He's not, okay. That answered my question. Let's turn this back here. Let's save it here, and then we'll continue there tomorrow evening. I still have rabbits to feed up here. I already fed the ones downstairs. Whoa, I was like going, did I forget my babies downstairs? No. One time in 14 years, I actually forgot to feed my rabbits in the evening at all. I'd never forget in the morning, but it was a rather traumatic experience for me because I don't forget to feed my rabbits. That's not me. So that was a really, really heavy duty thing there. Let's delete this so we don't get confused. So we always have one save here that is a regular save. See, these are the other characters I've played over the years, by the way, or at least started to play. I have finished some of them. So we'll quit the game. I want to thank everyone for being here with me this evening. I appreciate it. Tomorrow morning, Central Eastern Time, by the way, we have our Evil Baldur's Gate stream. I hope you all will join me for that. Evil Baldur's Gate 2. It's Baldur's Gate 2, Shadows of Alm with an Evil Party. Hope you all will join me for that. If you look in Twitch, in my schedule, it will tell you what that is in your time zone. And it is posted there. Sometimes I start a little bit earlier. Sometimes I go a little bit later. I usually don't start more than 5 minutes late if I'm late. By the way, that means something strange came in between. Thank you again. Appreciate it. I'm very happy to have you here with me, even when you don't say anything. And also, so that you know, if you look in there, there are actually 4 people here today. So hopefully you'll be here tomorrow morning, and we can see about getting wicked again. Y'all take care until then. Bye-bye.